So, I realized that, I was talking over here, and my mic was muted, but, forget things like that. But, as I was, recapping back over here, I took off the back plate here. And one of the things that you want to do when taking off the back plate was watch out for the fan wire that was connected to the back of this. And this is the Creality Ender 5. It's a newer series, or kind of a newer series of their Ender series. There's very little documentation on it, honestly. So you have to kind of join the group, news groups or Facebook groups, and figure out a way to keep these wires from going all over the place. But there was a loose rubber band in it, so I figured that was connected to something. I'm not too sure what it was, but it looks like it melted. It could be a break, not sure. But anyway, so this board is the older board for this Creality Ender 5. As I mentioned that you guys didn't hear, the newer board has a pin switch set up right over here to switch the power supply from onboard power to USB power to this board. But since this one does not have it, I don't have to worry too much about it. So, and here's like I mentioned a little bit, well, you guys couldn't hear it. This is the Arduino Uno board. I picked this up from TH3D. It was cheap, about 25 bucks, with shipping and all that kind of stuff. And this board is what I'm going to use to flash the firmware onto this machine, or the bootloader, as to say. It'll help me install that so I can put a new firmware on the machine, and I won't have to use this anymore after that. I mean, which was kind of sad. Well, maybe I can find some other project for it after this. Maybe somebody else will get another printer, or we'll buy another one of these Creality based printers. Maybe like the CR10S or something. But first things first, let's pull this out. I've already grounded myself out on the machine down below, so I don't have any static. So, it reminds me of little centipedes. Nasty little buggers. So here's the board in full. It's a nice little board. let the auto-focusing take care of that. So, I don't need to add power to it because the USB will supply it all with power. So one of the things that the video that I referenced for this particular one is you should set it up so that it's facing this way. So I'm going to need a whole bunch of wires. And that's what this set of wires over here is for. So I'll be pulling out one green one. So I'll just pull out, just yank it out just like that. One green. Oh, my back. Let's see, let's switch back to that here. So got to make sure that I've got the pinnings right over here. Let's see, RTX U5 to ground. And it's going to pretty much be the same way across the way. So let's grab. Let's grab got a green. Let's take a yellow. Let's take a red. Let's do a blue. And is that brown? Can't tell. Brown or purple? Well, let's go with the purple. Well, anyway. So one of the first ones to go with is we're going to put in with that one, and we're going to put it to the first pin here. So, and then the second one is ground. So we're going to set that one in, and we're going to put that right up there. Make sure I got that right. Yep. So taking my red right here. No, I'm jumping ahead. That's right. I forgot to program the board. So I'm going to take that off for a minute. Set that up. And I'm going to reference the guide once more, quickly. Alright, and we'll open up wherever that thing went. There it is. So we're going
to and the jumper wires for less than $10. The first thing we need to do is to prepare our Uno by going to Examples and then Arduino ISP and opening the sketch. We need to go to Tools and set the board as an Uno because that's what we're flashing this on. Arduino ISP
Oops.
and opening the sketch. We need to go to Tools and set the board as an Uno.
So the board should be set as an Uno already. So yeah, that's already set.
Uno, because that's what we're flashing this onto. And then after that, we need to go to Tools and set the port as whatever comes up.
So I don't have it plugged in yet, so the port is going to be COM1 still. You probably can't see what I'm doing right over there. So I'm going to take this down just a little bit. So I'm gonna plug this guy in. Plug this baby in here. So there's gonna be a whole bunch of lights. So that tells me it's running. So blinking. Bunch of lights, lights and lights and lights. USB serial 2, waiting to go. So go back to tools over here, and it's only showing one COM port. Well, I want to restart the Arduino IDE. Thing is, it did not find a port, so I'm gonna have to look around a minute. Let's see, where did it go? Oops, wrong button. So let's update the driver, browse, libraries. No, it's under libraries, it's PC. Under Ender 5. Let's see, firmware and drivers. It's not in here. Where is it? Slideshow? Wait, what? Ag. Nice picture. So, looks like I forgot to grab the drivers for this particular thing, so I'm gonna go grab that. Let's see. IDE. Open that new tab here. Where is it? Oh, this is the TH, the 3D Uno. So they probably have a driver for that, for this particular one. So let's see. Yeah, there was the drivers. Cancel that for a second. Enter 5. firmware. See, there we go. The driver is now installed. Now I can, it's on COM 7, so I'm going to go back up here and we're going to set this to Arduino. It's already set to Uno. Now we're going to go hit up COM 7. So now that we hit COM 7, let's continue on with the Ender 3D.
In today's video, we're going to talk
Whoops,
about overhang.
wrong video. Let's see.
If you're not seeing a port, it means you don't have the driver installed. After this, click Tools and set the port as whatever comes up, and set the board as an Uno because that's what we're flashing this on for less than $10.
So,
the first thing we need to do is
just to
prepare
make
our
sure
Uno
that I
by
got the
going
setup
to
right.
Examples, and then Arduino ISP and opening the sketch. We need to go to Tools and set the board as an Uno
So,
because that's what we're flashing this on. You need
I
5
need
female
to
to female
set.
and 1 male to female as shown here. And again, the link in the description is
I got a
set
yellow
with
male
all
to
the
female
levels.
right here.
You can get the Uno and the jumper wires for less than $10. The first thing we need to do is to prepare our Uno by going to Example.
So we're going to hit up examples here, and we're going to go to Arduino ISP. So, Florp. So all this is set to genuine, and we also got our COM port on 7. So all I have to do is pretty much hit the upload button.
Opening the sketch. We need to go to Tools and set the board as an Uno because that's what we're flashing this onto. And then after that, we need to go to Tools and set the port as whatever comes up. If you're not seeing a port, it means you don't have the driver installed. After this, click Upload, and in a few short moments, the sketch will be on your Uno. Our Arduino Uno is now programmed to be a
So it's compiling it, and it's done uploading. So now the Arduino is now set up as a programmer for this machine. So I can, just close this out for now. Well, not close it out. I'll keep it up so you don't have to see that. Alright. So the thing, now back to the piece that I was doing a little bit earlier. I was setting up the wiring. So I'm going to disconnect this guy. Oh, this is on tight. Alright. So we're going to go and connect the first wire again. So back up here, connect the first wire. In, nice and good. So we're going to connect the next wire, which is my green. Which is my green. And we're going to connect that to the middle. So the next wire was red. This will be the power wire. Sure I got all that correct in there. Yep. Alright, red. So I need my purple wire. Where is it? No, it's my blue wire. I got my blue wire. So I'll set that up and put it to the bottom pin. And we got the purple wire. into this middle pin here. Now I'm going to take let's see, what should I use? I'll use the yellow one. So the last pin on top of this one needs to go to pin 10 on the Uno board. So we're going to use the green one that I pulled out. So we're going to come back up over here, put that into the last slot, and see that these are nicely numbered. So we got pin 10 right here going into this slot. Nice and tight, snug fit. I don't want to leave this hanging too much. No place to let it hang. Anyway.
Our remaining male to female jumper cable, and we plug it into the bottom right pin on the main board, and then into pin 10 on the Uno. Here's a shot with my finger out of the way. It should look just like this, and note that I've also plugged in the USB cable directly back to the computer. There's a GitHub link in the description of this video. You're going to copy it and then go to File Preferences, navigate down to the section that says Additional Board Manager URLs.
I've already done all that previously.
Add a comma and then paste it in. This is necessary because the Sanguino board is not a common board, and we need to install it so we can talk to our 3D printer. After doing this, we can now come up to Tools, Board, Boards Manager, and type in SANG for Sanguino. It should come up, and when you click on
we've already done that.
Install button, obviously I've already installed mine. After this is installed, close the dialog. Now we're going to go back to Tools, come down to Board, and our Sanguino board should be listed somewhere down the bottom. We need to select it, then come back to Tools again, and this time select the processor, which should be the ATmega 1284p 16 MHz. We need to go back to Tools, down to Programmer, and change it to Arduino as ISP to tell it that we're using the Uno as our programmer. One final check from the Tools menu to make sure we have the correct
Arduino as ISP.
Then after that,
Where?
we can come down to Burn Bootloader,
There.
select it, and see the dialog down the bottom of this. After that, we can come down to Burn Bootloader, select correct COM port selected, and then after that, we can come down to Burn Bootloader, select it, and see the dialog down the bottom of the screen. This should only take around 10 seconds to complete. It to Arduino as ISP to tell it that we're using the Uno as our.
So I need to plug this back in. So all of that is powered up. So let me double check the port. Should be COM7. So what we're going to do is we're going to burn bootloader. So done burning the bootloader. So the bootloader is all set, and ouch, that's a hot lamp.
Programmer. One final check from the Tools menu to make sure we have the correct COM port selected, and then after that we can come down to Burn Bootloader, select it, and see the dialog down the bottom of the screen. This should only take around 10 seconds to complete. That's it, the bootloader is flash and it's done with forever, which means we're finished with our Uno at this stage. Now it is normal to see a blank screen after flashing the bootloader, and that's because we've wiped the previously installed firmware, which means we're ready to install the new firmware. So let's download some files ready to install the latest Marlin. Just in case it wasn't clear, we're now finished with the Uno and we're plugging the computer to the main board.
Anyway, this thing is done. So that should be done. Let me stand up a minute. Oh, my back. So this is done. I no longer need to use this. So pull those out. And we're going to keep the wires as they are, and then set it back in the bag. Actually, I can't keep it on, so I'm just going to set it back in the bag. If I can get it back in the bag. I'm trying to put little small boards back in bags. Really hard to do when your fingers don't move very well. Something I have a little bit of an issue with rheumatoid arthritis, which is always fun. So that's back in the bag. So bootloader's all set up. Now I do want to get the firmware in here before I start adding in the TL steppers, because TL steppers will need me to come back underneath and let's put all this away. So I'm going to gently lift this up. So, if you were wondering, I'm not leaning it on. I'm laying this thing down flush. That means the back stepper motor over here is off the edge a little bit, so it's not hurting anything. So I'm gonna gently lift this up. And we're going to run some power to it, because now I need power so we can get this going. And my wire is not long enough. Here we go. The wonders. So right. Sit back down again. Still fighting off that cough. It's not something that I really care for. It's been coughing last night. Hey, Holocaust, I didn't, for some reason I did not hear the settings. Why didn't I hear it? I did not hear my usual beeps for notification. Which is kind of bizarre. I don't like this version of the chat thing. Anyway. No, the sound's not mute. It's just, it's a new version of my chat thing, and I think it's a pain in the ass. So, just come over here, bring this up a little bit. So one of the things that's going to happen here is I'm not going to have any firmware. When I turn this on, there's not going to be any firmware on top of this at all. So one of the things I need to do is find the wire that I misplaced. There it is. So I can connect to the printer. So now it's got power, and there's nothing at all. So now we install the new version of blah 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 blah.
Of the Ender 5 directly from this point forward. A bit of housekeeping before we forget, we should go back to Tools, Programmer, and set it to AV RSIP.
So we're going to set this back to MK2. Blah 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 blah. Right.
Mark II, which is the default. We also need to select our new COM port by going to Tools, Port, and selecting whatever.
Yeah, so now there's a new COM port, which should be COM6. There we go.
It comes up. If you're not seeing anything here, it means you don't have the drivers installed for your 3D printer, and there's a link in the description for that too. Next up, we'll get the latest release of Marlin, which is 1.1.
Well, I already have the latest release of Marlin, which will be right here. Firmware drivers. So just in case I didn't do it, I need to take the Ender 5 configurations here. Copy. Go to Marlin 1X. Go to the main Marlin directory and hit paste. So we're going to replace all these files. Boom.
9. Link in the description for that as well. That's going to give you a zip file, and the second zip file you need is one of mine that I've prepared.
I'll probably have to touch this Marlin INO, which I've already done that.
Contents. On the left we have the Marlin firmware, and if we look at all the files and then
I've already done that.
Example configurations, once we go to Creality we have a problem. There's Ender 2, 3 and 4, but not Ender 5. That's where my files come in. On the right hand side we have the contents of my zip file, Teaching Tech Ender 5. Going to select all of those and then unpack them into the main.
Actually, I've been printing quite a bit of things, so a deer was not my first print.
In Marlin folder, it's going to ask you to overwrite 2 files, which you're going to say yes to, and this will set you up ready to flash the firmware for the Ender 5. Scroll down, find the marlin.ino file and double click it to open the Marlin IDE once again. One final piece of setup, we need to come to Sketch, include library, and then go to Manage Libraries and search for UHGLIB. This is a graphics library necessary to run the LCD
I already got the
screen.
UHGLIB.
And once again, I've already
It's already
installed
set there.
If you haven't, you'll see an install button there, and after you've done this, you can
So configuration.h.
I've done all the heavy lifting for you, so all you need to do now is click upload, and hopefully after a couple of minutes your printer boots up with the Ender logo saying Marlin 1.1.9. And most
Well, the thing is I want to see the changes that he did. So I'm gonna pull this down over here, throw it up here for now, and I'm gonna scroll through this for a second, and we're gonna hit a Control F, and we're gonna type in Ender 5, or was it Ender -5 for this one? Alright, custom machine stuff over here. Custom status. Got no Bluetooth. Enable motherboard. Board Melzi Creative. Extruders 1. Filament default. Alright, steppers. Let's see, angles. Hot end 1, 2, 3 must be 0. Okay, max temperatures is 275. Bed temp. It's one of the things for the thermal runoff protection. Want to make sure that it was in here. Alright. Thermal protection. There we go. Alright, we're good. So all we have to do is press the upload button. So, bam. Compiling the sketch. So let's bring this back down over here while that's doing that.
You know, and a lot of people have that. They're scared. They're scared of complications. They're scared of failure. Failure is a big one that people are afraid of. But failure is one of the most important things you could ever have. As far as like the...
Oh, I made a mistake. So let's just make sure everything is set here. Let's go to COM port 6. Let's make sure that this is set to that. Sanguino RSVP. Yep, and we go. Looks like I didn't hold the settings when I opened up a new one. So it's going to take a little bit, of course. I mean, I've got a pretty fast computer, but it's still compiling a whole firmware system for that thing right there. As you can see right down there. Now it's uploading it. Uploading, it's uploading. Going just fine. Taking a while to upload though. As long as I don't knock that wire. I mean, it's not like I can mess the board up. Once it's got the bootloader, it'll just, I can just flash it as much as I want. You know, it's not like a phone where you fuck up something and you brick your device. So it's done uploading. So there we go. You know, now it's showing up. All right, let's have a look here. So I'm going to shut it off real quick. Or no. Let's turn it off. Turn it back on. So now it's got Marlin 1. Can't see that, huh? Down, 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 down. Well, can't really see it. Light's in the way. Too much light. But let's have a look at the some of the stuff here. Let's check on the prepare. Got set home offsets. Oh, we got auto home. We can set home offsets. That's nice. So I can finally set where I want the home set to go. So that's good. Let's go under control over here. I got the temperature controls, band, auto temp off, minimum, max. PIDs. Damn, there's a lot of beautiful, lot of stuff. Motion, velocity, acceleration, jerk steps. So definitely a major upgrade. Definitely a major upgrade. So, now. Yeah, I can't see it at all, unfortunately. So, now. What we got here is. Now I need to install these. They're stepper modules. They're 8-diode stepper modules. Or TL smoothers. Whoops. And I dropped one. So, these little modules here. You can see. Come on, focus. I know you can autofocus. Damn it, it's not autofocusing. But either way, these stepper modules here go underneath, and one of the things I need to do is get a pair of scissors and cut a length of double-sided tape. I have some special double-sided tape over here. Here's some scissors. Got some nice double-sided tape over here that I can put on the back of these steppers. And I got a cat. There's a cat in here. Because I don't want any of these, you know, shiny little prongs over here touching the base or any type of metal. So we're going to open up this over here. Got a cat. Ooh, it's sticky. Sticky. Sticky, sticky. So. Oh. God, it smells delicious. Ugh. So, got one. Actually, you know what? I better make that a little bit longer. That was too short. It's just too short. Alright. So we got one. Let's make sure that it's going all the way. And I'll just cut off any little excess. Oh, I have a little bit of excess over there. So I'll just cut off a little bit of excess there. So I got a total of 4 of them that I need to install here. I'll even put one on top the Z-axis. So one more wire. Did I drop that wire? No, there it is. Okay. Oops. Get some more. And I should refer to another video I know where all these go, but you know what? Fuck it. Let's watch the video. All the videos. Well, this is the first time I've messed with a 3D printer and done modifications in it. I am not a newbie to electronics and devices like this, so I'm pretty confident. When you're doing these things, you definitely want to be confident, at least partially, right? Yay! I finished cutting all this stuff without cutting myself. That's always the fun part, right? Cutting yourself. So we're going to shut this off again, and we're going to pull the power. And one thing is, we want to discharge the capacitors that are in the system. I mean, a lot of people don't do this. You know, they think they can work with machines and all that, but if you don't try to discharge it, you know, by flipping the switch on and off, you know, sometimes you get this little bit of residue of electricity and you shock something or yourself. Trust me, I've been electrocuted before. Not a fun experience. Now I'm gonna ground myself out on top of my CPU or machine that's right below, and we're going to gently slide this back over, just like that, without pinching any wires. Smooth that. So now we're back to the other side of the machine. Let's go back up here. So no, I could have swore this camera was a little bit had a little bit more definition. Let's have a look. Let's play with a setting real quick. And let's try zoom in real quick. This is where I want it to be, but I can guarantee my fat hands are probably going to get in the way and block all of this. So let's see. Let's go to reality, enter 5 TL. So I'm going to reference to this guy right here.
Going to put upgrades onto. So I've determined there's a little Haribo gnome. I use that as well.
He does a lot of talking, so I just want.
Solder your stepper wire cable onto this plug, and then you solder this plug onto This printer is standardized, simple 4-pin connection at the brain board. So my security, I'm probably going to put one of them here. Just move on this eye and extruder.
So I can't see what he's doing. So I've got 4 stepper motors over here. So this is X-axis, and this is Y-axis, Z-axis, and E-axis. So technically I only need for the Z, Y, and X, but E-axis is the extruder. Yeah, that's the extruder. Question is does the extruder need one? Does the extruder need one? So does he put 4? He probably puts 4. So yeah, he puts in a total of 4 of them. So, which is absolutely fine. So, I'm going to do the same thing. So, one of the things I need to do is clean the surface up, and my alcohol wipes are somewhere else. So I've got some alcohol wipes here. Just clean the surface up a little bit. There we go. So I've got a nice clean surface there. And I'll just wipe my table with it a little bit. So each one of these, well, that came out easy. They're supposed to be glued on. I mean, I can see the daub of glue right over there. Now, let's move it a little bit this way. There's a daub of glue right over here. And it just, there wasn't one. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up these wires right here. I'm going to put one into the stepper. As soon as it gets in. And then I'm going to put this E wire that was on the board, go to that stepper. And then we'll take this piece right over here and put it onto the board as shown here. Now, there, and that's one of the steppers installed. So I'm gonna have to pull just a little bit of wire in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to set the stepper up on the top here, just like so. So we'll take off the little bit of glue, or the stick thing, the sticky backing, the backy sticky. I have no fingernails. No fingernails for this. Tweezers! Oh, come on. There we go. Now I'm going to double check to make sure that nothing is coming through, and unfortunately there is some coming through, so I'm going to double up the tape because I do not want it touching the board, period. So I already had one right here that was cut out, so we're gonna go, nope, that's too short. So we're gonna cut another piece. So and where's my scissors? So I had to double up on the double-sided tape here because I do not want any of the electrical components touching the case, shorting out my motors, extruders, whatever. So always take precautions, always look when you're doing modifications to anything. It goes with the electronics. So I'm gonna set this right there, just like that. So that's the first stepper. This one goes to the extruder motor, which is pretty much the same thing as the XYZ motors that are on top here. Same thing. So that could be smoothed out too. So smooth it all, I say. Smooth it all. So we're going to take care of another one right over here. Take this backing off. Excuse me. So I'm going to take this backing off right here. And like this one also is poking through. So I'm going to cut off another piece. So I cut off another piece over here, and I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup here because I got some tape a little jutting out a little bit, and I really don't want that. There we go. Let's see if anybody's complaining on my phone over here. Like, oh my god, you opened up the printer, what the fuck are you doing? You know what you're doing? Supposed to be a supermoon tonight. Still raining in Kihei. Stopped raining here. So let's take another wire here. Take another wire. So and my light source, my terrible light source that's down below. You know, this camera makes me look fat. Really not that fat. Oh well, maybe I am. I'm fat. So that one's going to get installed right there. So let's take out this little. So that was the Z-axis. Z-axis. So we're going to pull this a little bit in as well. And we're going to set this up just right there. So Just like that. So, another module in, nice and snug. Plug that into the board. Now we get the third one, which needs tape as well. Not about to. All right. Alright, that's nice and snug. Let's trim off the tape edges. One of the things I need to print tonight is a lizard man with a sword. So I found some dragonborn, still have to do because I just really can't find any standard lizardmen. So, but I have to make the model slightly big. So let's set this in place. See, I don't have to worry about setting these things the wrong way. They're bidirectional. But I'm going to set them in all in the same way anyway. So let's take off the backing to this. And let me see, my chat window just disappeared again. So who was talking? No one was talking. How depressing. No, I'm just kidding. I stream for the fun of it. Or for the horrors of others. You get to see somebody so ugly. If you want, Trav, you can pop on in and you can chat with me. I have no problem with that. My streams, I usually have folks just come in and chat. You know, even if I am streaming, you know. But I have no fingernails here and I can't... Having issues. Issues with tape. Fucking tape.
Have Amanda come do it then. You know what I mean, buddy?
Alright. There we go. So folks, that's my buddy Travis, right there. He's another gamer from Hawaii. And my arm is sticking. So I'm going to place this little piece right next to the other one. Just kind of line it right up. Not too close. I don't want the boards touching each other. Just maybe I want a space between them because, yeah, maybe I'm paranoid that electricity will arc and jump from board to board. Oh yeah, trust me, I know it can arc.
Trust me, just don't let out the magic smoke.
Yeah, really. So, I need to pull this up a little bit. This is my y-axis, which is really tight in there. There we go. There we go. Y-axis set up. And boom. There we go. Nice 3 setup right there. So the fourth one, where did there it is, the cleaning cloth go? So let's wipe this area off right over here. So we're going to put the 4th stepper right here instead.
Well, so you already have the printer built and up and running. Did you have to rebuild it?
No, I didn't have to rebuild it. I'm modding it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm doing modifications. So, modifications. And my brain just went blank. Well, here we go.
Something about a 4-step.
Yes. Let's take out the tape for this one here. So what are you doing tomorrow?
Staying home sick.
Oh, right. Got the day off, basically?
Got the day off because of work note, yeah. And then hopefully I get a phone call tomorrow telling me if I do or do not have strep.
Oh, well, yeah, you can definitely stay home. Don't come near
That
us.
fucking flu virus swab is a goddamn invasion of privacy.
Really?
Yeah. Do you know how they do that test?
What, they swab your cheek?
No. They go up your nose. All the way up your nose.
Oh, yeah, I had a strep thing, but they didn't take it from...
No, strep is throat. Flu was the nose. The strep one was back in the throat. I'm okay with it. To see if I had the flu virus, or she just shoved it in my nose. But I thought she was like stabbing my brain with it.
Fun.
Yeah, I was fine with the strep culture. That was just swab my throat, done. The flu one.
I remember when I had to go and because I can't breathe out of my nose very well. Yes, because it's always my allergies. I mean, even if I don't have allergy symptoms, I always have it. So the inside of my nose is all swollen. So it closes up the passage, so I can't breathe very well unless I pull at the side of my nose, and then I can, breathe okay. So, they were thinking of, yeah, we can break the bone in the middle and all that kind of stuff. But the doctor asked me, or was gonna spray something in my nose, and I had to ask him. What is the symptoms of that? Oh, you're gonna feel that, and you might feel a little bit of anxiety. I'm like, anxiety? Nope, you're doing it raw. So he just shoved that camera up my nose, and I'm like, ah! No anesthesia, nothing, and my eye just like immediately watered up.
Yeah.
It was a very horrifying feeling.
I bet.
So here we go. Next TL stepper module, right down here. Nice and placed. A little crooked. Oh well. It's not like I'm going to try and yank it out and reset it. And we take that wire, put it right there, and go. So we take the last stepper wire here, put it up.
What mods are you putting in there?
Let's see. The first mod was the glass bed, and I literally found somebody who made clips for the Ender 3, but the Ender 3 seemed to be a little thinner on the board or on the aluminum heat bed. So I took the model, took it to a CAD program and modified it, made it a little bit bigger to fit my thing. This is one of the great things I ordered was a pair of calipers that could digital calipers that read in
Millimeter, yeah.
Yep, that helped me greatly because Dad had these dial ones and they didn't read in millimeter; they read only in inches and centimeter. So I was like, "Fuck."
Technically, centimeter is millimeter as well. It's just bigger.
Yeah, a little bit bigger. I didn't want to do the math to that. I already had a hard time because math. Math doesn't work on top of me. I excelled in every other subject in the thing in school, except for PE because I refused to wear the pants.
Why did you refuse to wear pants?
Because the pants that they give us for PE back in Lokilani High School, your balls would hang out. I mean, they're like Daisy Dukes, man. And they expect kids to wear these? I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, so I want to let's see. Should I hook it up like this? And pull it a little bit like that? Because I don't want to go over. There's not going to be much vibration. It's just that I don't want. Just take some double-sided tape. Just a small amount of it. And the two lead wires here can go flush like that. There we go. Flush. I didn't want to. I'm going to put a little bit of double-sided tape right on the edge of that power supply. Mainly because I don't trust vibration. I mean, the TL smoothers are there to reduce the vibration from the motors and also make it so that the prints are a lot smoother. But these are power leads and they're going to be rubbing up against the side corner of this power supply. Just like that. Mow.
Oh, yeah. That's Stockholm.
Yep.
He's being our usual butt self.
Now I could go with a glue gun and, make sure that these wires will stay in, but I really doubt that there's going to be enough vibration to pull them out of their sockets in the first place. Now I do want to, somebody made a square piece that goes right in this little hole right here. See that little hole right over there? To keep the wires from, jiggling around or cutting. It's the same thing that they do with wires and conduits and stuff like that. But, this company seems to have opted out of certain things. Like for one, the back, the case for the LCD panel. 24-volt shock right there. Zzz. Alright, now it is time to put the back cover back on. So I'm going to ready a screw. One of the screws over here, ready it on top of the back piece. And I'm going to take this cover And we're gonna put the fan back in. Well, it'd help if I could fucking get it in. There we go. So we got the fan back in. So we're gonna set this back up. Wires back this way. Make sure nothing touches. And we run into our first issue.
What's that?
Wires are in the way of the fan.
Yeah, no, that's a bad thing.
So we're going to pull these up a little bit. Move these down a bit. You know, I want to make sure that there's a nice little hole right there to put the fan in. So I'm going to slide this up. Alright, the fan spins. So that means nothing is touching it.
Good old Allen wrenches, huh?
Yep. So I'm not going to tighten that fully because I want to put the ones down on the bottom. You got big hands and little screws. There we go. I can finally let go of that. Crap,
Magnetic, buddy.
I have a thing with magnetic and electronics. I don't like putting any kind of magnet near any kind of electronics. Maybe I'm just weird.
You are.
And I can't get that one in. Allen wrenches for the win. And the last one to tighten. Oops. So let's make sure this fan is spinning. Nothing's touching it. So let's clean up my little bit of mess over here and put this tool back into the box. We'll take this piece and put it in the box. And there we got one modded printer. Now the first thing to test is we're going to print out a calibration cube. I want to make sure that the teal steppers are working properly and they're not causing some kind of issue. Because if there's an issue, there's going to be a weird marks on top, whatever side the calibration is. It's going to be Y, X, or maybe it'll be the extruder. If the extruder weirds out, I have no idea. I'll take it off. Because honestly, I didn't really think the extruder needed one, but so now we're gonna flip this machine up gently. Very carefully. Ouch. So, here we go. Printer. This is a Bowden style printer, as you can see from the tube right here. It's not a direct extruder type. Lots and lots of PLA filament of good quality. Not the shitty shit that came with the box. Oh my god, that was so horrible. Alright, let's get some power to this. So these printers, they run from an SD card. I mean, I can run them through USB, but you know, if the power cuts off or your computer shuts off in the middle, there goes your print. So on we go. Turn it on. Let's see if any magic smoke comes flying out. Well, first things first, let's auto home to make sure that ooh, hell of a lot smoother already. So this is a glass bed mod that I did. Put on, you know, bought a CH Power Creality 3D 4mm glass bed. I made these clips right here. I modeled them off a set of Ender 3 clips and made them so that they will be for an Ender 5. The glass bed makes sure that everything is straight because the bed itself, you know, the camera is showing up from underneath, but the bed itself is slightly warped, and so is the Z-axis large bracket. So one of the mods that I saw that just recently popped up, it wasn't there a couple of days ago, is a bracket that will clamp onto this here and come all the way up and clip onto this. So it'll give it some structural rigidity or whatever. Basically, because when you push down on top of the bed, right over here, this whole bed has no support to load bear in the front. So the bed will just suddenly hang down. And you lose alignment and a whole bunch of issues with that. So seeing that mod, I'm going to print one out and I'm going to definitely install it. The guy said that it won't hit the bottom plate or the box plate down over here. So that's a good thing. So that's one of the mods I'm going to put up. The other mod is going to be the fans. These fans over here, I'm going to change out the housing. But that's going to be a little bit of a later project. But I got a whole bunch of screws and stuff. Screws for it. Screws, nuts, bolts. My father picked some up, but there's some 16. He did get me some 16s. I was hoping that we could get some 16s in here. Yeah, so 16s screws. M3s, 16s. Let's see, there was another box here with some 12s. Yeah, no, there's still 16s. They're all 16s. That's not good. Well, that's all Lowe's had, I guess. I mean, if I can't use them, that's alright. I'll figure something out. But anyway, let's throw away some of this rubbish since I painstakingly cleaned my room earlier today. I'd like to try and keep it that way. So, we're not going to put this back into the closet just yet. Though it is a little bit cooler out here. Oh, one of the things I was mentioning about the bed over here, I actually rubbed an Elmer's glue stick. You know, just the kind of stuff that you find for, you know, little kids, you know, for school, you know, just a glue stick, and that helps with adhering to the base. Because sometimes heat isn't enough, and this plate is supposed to adhere or have some kind of adhesive ability, but it wasn't great no matter how high I was putting the heat or how low. So I went with the glue stick, and to keep the plate in place are these clips, but there's also hairspray on the other side. So doing it this way, I can forego using the monstrous, those monster binder clips that you see people putting on the sides on some of their printers. So I can opt with these smaller ones because this particular printer, the Z-axis only moves up and down. See, unlike the Ender 3, Ender 4, and the Ender 2, the Z-axis also moves with the Y, so it's shifting back and forth. So, you know, the person that made the clips originally had an Ender 3, so their clips would fall off. Mine won't. Plus, I made them thicker. I snapped the original set when I made them. They're just too thin. So, you know, let's prepare this and set the move nope, not move access. Let's go auto home. Back to auto home here, and someplace. Okay, where'd it go? It's on here somewhere. It's in here somewhere. You know what's up, Casual?
Are you not playing?
Not at the moment. I was streaming. There it is. Is this the right one? Shit. Is this the right one? What do they do with... This is not the right one.
What level you get to?
I didn't even play today.
No.
I've been waiting for my printer parts to come in. And they came in, and I've been installing them, streaming, installing, and I have misplaced my good SSD or SD card. I have no idea where it went. It's somewhere that I do not know where. So I'm going to take all this stuff and move it. The shitty SD card's over there. It's got to be around here somewhere. I don't know why it was inside the thing. Is it under this? Under this? Nope. This is it. Oh no, there's another one in here though. Oh, there's a 8 gig Samsung in that one. I'll remember that one, just in case I can't find my 32 gig that was just here. For fuck's sakes. It's over here. Over here. There's the thing right there. Oh, it's inside the printer. Ha ha ha. Right. So. Get this out of the way for a minute. Set that right there. So, I'm going to close this.
Blue!
Blue? Found blue?
Dude, I've been getting blues left and right.
Yeah, I wish. So, let's see. Where is that model? The model's in here somewhere. It's in here, some XYZ calibration cube. Where's the XYZ calibration cube? There it is. So this will take an hour and 24 minutes. Is that right? Let's try this. So an hour and 26 minutes. Let's go with a normal. 19 minutes. Only 19 minutes. I like that. So, this calibration, let's save it to drive. Checked it. So, this is going to be the first print on top of this new firmware. So, I like how it now reads that it is now in X and Y axis of 225 and 225. Although I think I might want to set that a little bit to like 220 instead, and then 0. So let's init the SD card. I'm gonna print. So the calibration cube. And you definitely can't see it. Ah, that is beautiful. So the screen now scrolls on long names, which is so needed. So now the bed's heating up. So here's the original Ender cam right here. It's supposed to go just like that. So now I can put this a little bit down here. Put that right up there. So I can close all that and close all that. One of the things I want to do is I want to check. I got some new models here. And I want to start moving all this stuff to proper directories, because it's becoming a mess. So let's move that in here. Let's delete that. Put all these in there. Let's go by type, share. Let's go to options, view. Let's see, show files, info, and apply. Make sure all the windows do the same. So more lizard folks, blank walls. That's print runs, tabaxi, Tiamat.
Ooh, third javelin unlocked.
And boom, in there. So all these are the profiles, clips, machine settings. Take these out, we don't need these anymore. Actually, I need to close that. The bed is still heating up. Oh, no, there we go. So it prints on the other side. I do believe I broke.
What'd you break?
The main screen stopped. There we go. Alright, where's the cure profile? Let's kill this one so I can move this back in here. So one of the things I want to do is there is a Dragonborn 2-weapon fighter.
Well, shouldn't you wait till the cube prints up first? Make sure it's all calibrated.
Yeah, I can still do whatchamacallit, do slicing, because the printer is no longer connected to my computer at all.
Okay. Apparently your boss telling you to drink water.
What's that?
Your stay hydrated boss telling you to drink water.
Yeah. Drink all the alcohol.
No, it says
Halls.
water.
But water is for the fishes.
Can I have craft machine gun?
Take a look at that. That is a pretty model. And I just redo that. That is a very well done model. Yes, very well
Please
done.
give me something good.
You'll never have anything good.
This is the 5th light machine gun that has given me shitty stats, I swear to God. I keep DEing the shitty ones.
Yeah. So this model is 3131, so it's pretty big. That's good, that's good. This one's 27. That's still good too. So, let's see. If I did it under normal, what would it look like? It'd take 33 minutes. So layered view. Be all
What base is
shitty.
the print on? What size?
Looks like the base is 29 centimeters.
29 centimeters or 29 millimeters?
Millimeters. Let's see. Let's set
So about
this.
3 centimeters.
So if I did it with my high end, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to select the model and we're going to add custom supports. Places where I need to add custom supports is the tail. The hand. die on me.
Don't want to.
So, now when I hit prepare, it's going to slice the file and generate a whole bunch of
So why'd you put
layers.
his hand in tail and blocks?
They're called supports. So you now see how the blocks go down, and if you look around the hand, you notice that there's space between it. So it barely touches the fingertips, and it makes it so that none of this sags and overhangs when I make it.
Okay.
So I'm going to leave that one as is, and I'm going to go to the other one. This one here. So this one's fairly well made, but it too requires some things that, like one at the crotch, and one at the tip of the sword. Actually, it should go all the way up the tip of the sword. Oh god. Well, that's going to be hard. How did he do this? I mean, it is at an angle. I mean, it's at a rough 45-degree angle, and the sword should be able to be made that way, but there needs to be one here. And possibly one here. Nope. Those two are slipping out. Nope, that's slipping out as well. So let's hit prepare and see how long it'll take. This model will take 36 minutes on normal, but as you can see from the layered view, that is garbage. So we go with the model setup that I made, and it should come out a hell of a lot finer than that. It'll just take an hour and 33 minutes.
You tripled the time on the print.
Well, it's because I put finer detail, way finer detail. So let's have a look up here. It's looking pretty good. Looking really good, in fact. Well, while that's at it, I'm going to go put this plate of food away and get myself another drink. So tomorrow's Wednesday, right?
Yes.
Okay. I missed a day somewhere.
Missed Monday?
Oh, I did Monday, but
Today's Tuesday.
today, I kind of missed today. Because I actually went to sleep early for once.
Well, you didn't miss the day, you're experiencing the day.
Most of the day was me anxiously waiting for the parts to come in. As I cleaned my room. Cleaned my room.
What is a gorgon?
A gorgon? A Medusa?
Similar.
Well, if you're going with the Greek version of Gorgon, the Gorgon, the Greek one was that steel bull, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah. Different than that.
And then you got the Norse Gorgons, which are basically Medusa's, the Lamia style body with the snake head or snake
The
hair.
walking holocaust. What Gorgon patch are you talking about?
Oh, you're talking about Project Gorgon. I'm not in there, so.
Oh,
So, what happened with Project Gorgon? What did the patch add?
I don't know. Something in your trap.
Well, I can't see it. I mean,
Oh, it's a game.
Mhm.
Ah,
it's an old style new game.
the only game I know is Anthem.
That's a lie. You own a fucking Arc server. And everybody's playing on it. Or did they get their
I
own
know, it's
server?
like- Like top 300 on Arc servers.
Well, lucky, huh? Well, I'm gonna walk outside and get myself. So these headsets might cut off. Oops. The anime is what?
Firing back.
Back. The anime is firing back. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do caffeine. One Mountain Dew. That Mountain Dew. And I'll say cut for the sodas for the night.
Yeah, I'm starting my staycation tomorrow for 1 week.
What's that?
Starting my staycation tomorrow for 1 week.
So you're gonna be playing Anthem all day and night.
No, I gotta work on my car too.
Oh, that's right. You're Ricer Weeaboo, right?
Yeah. My Isha. Ah, god damn it, I forgot the name.
You're what? I didn't hear it. It cut off.
No, I forgot the name of Itasha? No. I forgot the name of it.
The Shinjuku edition of the AE86.
It's called Itasha. Car. Google it.
But what model is it? For the
No, it's a style.
like a Sil 80?
Itasha.
But what model is your car? You got, a Z.
Infinity G37.
What's that?
Infinity G37.
Oh, G37. The Acura. Acura's answer to their luxury car. But everybody around here wants fucking Subarus and Lexuses. I haven't seen one good Lancer Evo on the island.
My friend has a nice Evo.
But I like what Subaru did with one of their racing editions, WRXs. It was a WRX SSC. That one had an automatic transmission that would shift down like a manual. And you could shift it manually as a manual. It was like semi-automatic. Now, the question is which corner is this going to stop at? Because the software is a new firmware, and the guy who made the profile changed a few things around. So my original start point was on this corner. It was on that corner, the back corner. But now, and the line would go up, you know, up this length right over here. But now the line is, you know, I don't know if you can see it right there. Yeah, there you go. It's over there now. So it's completely changed around. I think it's because the profile was based off an Ender 3, which was kind of backwards on certain things. But that's okay, because I have the newest firmware in here, and I got thermal runaway protection, which is needed because I don't want to be sleeping and this thing suddenly catches fire, and you know, and my cats have to run in the room and piss on me just to turn me out. But this model is just about done. It's doing the last finishing touches on it. It's just a calibration model. I didn't want it high detail. I just wanted to print something quick, because the next, because I'm going to take this printer and put it back where it belongs, and put the lights and stuff back in there, and then start a print that was requested of me. I wanted to do all this stuff today before I started on the request. What to do?
That's an ugly monster.
Don't talk about your girlfriend like that.
Whoa. Dick.
So, in a little while, this stream will be switching to a game stream, and I'm going to stop it, and then I'm going to restart it just so, you know, I can get some different notifications in. But there we go. The model is finished. Ah, so it ends in that corner. Very nice. And the bed is 59 degrees Celsius. It's pretty hot. That's okay. The head is currently cooling down, and it's at 170 degrees Celsius. That's pretty hot too. So, let's have a look here. Sit down for a moment.
Holy shit.
Sit down for a moment here. And let's bring up this camera. So, what we got here now is a fairly nice cube. The camera's not focusing again. so it's not focusing that great. But the cube came out pretty good. There was a little bit of zits. So what a zit is something on the bottom.
I almost died it.
But this cube already tells me that it's getting it's really smooth. It's really smooth, you know, comparatively. There's some issues on the back side over here. I don't know if that camera can see. You know what, let me focus this camera by manual. There we go. So now that you can see the detail now, if I can get this light to shine out just right, see that there is just a couple of deformities, mostly on the bottom plate, where it was adhesing to, but the lines aren't that bad. There was a little bit of burp at the top, as you can see. Probably a heat issue. Possibly a heat issue. You can see that weird line on the top, and there's another weird one down near the bottom. So, and this is the y-axis. The y-axis is pretty good. Probably needs a little bit of aligning. Not too bad. And here's the x-axis. So there's a little bit of stringing in this corner over here. Very small piece of string, or that could be a hair. Nope, that was definitely a string. So the string came from the top of the z-axis right there. It just hung out over there. So that's probably where the that's definitely probably where the head stopped and pulled up. So, and it was still extruding some. But overall, with just a base Cura setting or slicer setting, base, literally base, nothing added in, nothing, and it was a normal print at I believe 1.5 millimeter layer height. It came out really well. So I'm pretty confident that this will make some really good prints using my profile. And one of the things I need to do is let out my profile to the community. So I like how it came so nice and straight over here. There is a little bit of a blurb in the Y. I'll probably be able to fix that. Might be an alignment issue. It might be something else. By the way, it looks, it kind of looks squash, so that could be a heating issue. So one of the things that I need to do is, after I've gotten done with printing some of the minis that I have been asked to print for tomorrow's game, I will start printing this thing here. The only way I can do this is actually show it. So where is it? Oh, that's not it. Let's see. Where is it? Oh, where is it? Let's close that. Got so many things open here. So let's go to Thingiverse. Let's go to my collections. Or likes. No, makes. Oh, it's not there. So let's go Pets Fang. So here it is. This Pet Fang's is it being? Yeah, there it is. This Pet Fangs module right here. It's actually the bullseye one that I'm going for. The other one is for something else, a different. I think it's for the C something. Let me see what it looks like. So here's the bullseye right over here. Top piece, bottom piece. I'm trying to figure out, where is it? All these pictures. Kind of funny. So there might be a little bit of modifications I need to do with this one. Let's see, because it's made for the CR10S, the S4, S5, and the Enders 2 and 3. It's for the stock heads and stock fans. So that's the one I want. And that's what it looks like. So it blows, it'll blow cool air over this piece over here. And that should deal with my cooling issue that I have. So I'm going to download that and I'm going to put it in the STL models. There we go. So that's done. Oops, and I forgot to check something. Let's go back where Thingiverse go. So people are liking the little changes that I did, I guess. But let me double check. Alright, I need to make some settings. Alright. I got both of these models in here. save this to the drive. Close that. And let's save this to the drive. Check that. Close that. Oh, I closed it too early. Whoops. So that pretty much does it for my stream of taking apart the Ender 3 or the Ender 5. So let's close off some of this stuff here. One thing I need to do is manage my printers here, and check the machine settings. Oh, excuse me.
You see what your buddy asked you in chat, Cal?
Oh, what he did. Let's see. When can we print out wives? Well, depends. Anyways, I'm shutting off this stream, and I'll start up with the game one in a little bit. I need to put this printer away, back in the closet, and reset my cameras to where they should be.
So what are you gonna be playing?